Welcome back, my lambs. We're here, we're playing a game called ProtoViolence. Let's get into it. I don't know anything about it, so we can all learn together. Over 2 decades ago, Dr. Iris Tsai wrote a recommendation for an up-and-coming international security agency. At the time, I was overjoyed to be on track. Get into a growing field early, do good science while the fires of invention are still hot, and then dip out with a distinction before the coals grow cold. Classic. But these days well, let's put it this way. First time my name showed up as a footnote in the cybernetics tech books, I called my parents and invited my friends to dinner at my favorite restaurant. Half a year ago, when I got a write-up in the East Coast Medical Review, I didn't even open the copy they sent me. So when Iris announced her retirement, I assumed her ennui was a little more than an advance of my own. Okay? It was a nice party. She was surrounded by friends and coworkers, lauded by her peers and praised by her subordinates. Yet this whole time she looked hollow. Fear of retirement, I theorized. I couldn't have been further from the truth. Stop. The organization I've dedicated my life to has always been the forefront of cybernetics. The bleeding edge, some would say. We took risks, but it was for the greater good. We were grateful to every volunteer and every veteran that assisted us. But now they're pushing all the wrong boundaries, taking science, my science, in a cruel new direction that I cannot abide. Because the fruits of my research are being used to experiment on children. Oh, that sucks. I cannot fathom how stop got so far out of hand. But I can't find out. Oh, but I can't find out? I'm not powerless. The architects behind these new programs aren't fools. If I can present a proper case against this, show them the pain hidden between the numbers and the suffering that they're whitewashing over in pursuit of percentage points, I have hope that things can still be made right. But that hope is dwindling. I thought I granted peace of this world with my research. Maybe all I did was wreath a new Nero. Okay, well, there you go. Good. I'm sorry for messaging you at this hour. I couldn't sleep. Having second thoughts? No. My transfer's already been approved. Next Monday, I'm entering the Youth Training and Development Initiative as supervisor, but, Iris, you've worked with Stop longer than I have. Can you tell me anything about the YTDI? Nothing that'll help you sleep. Well, that's reassuring. Still can't believe this is happening. Stop's full of scientists, not... Good scientists follow good science where it leads, right? I recall a brilliant researcher concluded years ago that the younger the patient, the better the cybernetic sync rate. That research was intended for Stop agents. Volunteers. Heroes, if you prefer. Not anyone under 18. Well, the higher-ups could beg to differ. They'd tell you to providing these trainees with an education and guarantee future. Worth an eye for an ear. Oh, eye for an ear, right? I don't want this to be my legacy. Where's the greater good in grafting dangerous tech into children? When Stop was founded, that good was clear. Back when the world was in turmoil and cybernetics were getting slapped into terrorists and madmen in vet clinics and garages, Stop put an end to that. We put an end to that. Then, we keep going. It wouldn't happen again. There you go. Like I said, it's not the best topic of conversation you're looking to put your mind at ease. But to try to get some rest anyways. For the sounds of it, you have a long week ahead of you. Alright, well, let's, 2070X, maybe 77? Cyberpunk? Alright, let's gear up some people and or kids with cybernetics. My honest first impression, this is beautiful. Natural light trickles through the frosted glass, enveloping the courtyard below a warm, soft glow. From the bridge I'm on, I can even see green. Grass, flowers, trees, an oasis of natural beauty, full of life, and full of laughing children. I can't help but wonder if I made the wrong turn. There aren't any stark surgical scrubs or hospital gowns, and the air smells clean, not disinfected. But inevitably, my eyes were drawn towards the towering column that pierces the building's center. A dark monument. One with few doors, no windows, and a very heavy shadow. My skin prickles. What purpose could... Not lost already, are you? My train of thought's grim path is cut short by a familiar husky voice.
Angie, it's wonderful to see you again.
We got voice acting now. I don't have to talk? Hell yeah. Same to you, Deidre. As usual, Angie is formal, but I recognize the warmth in her words. It's been a long time since we've talked face to face, for sure. I didn't think we'd get to work together again. But not every career path straight line, right? No, definitely not. Happy as I am to be working with you, I was surprised to learn that you wanted to be transferred here. I always thought of you as married to the craft of cybernetics and nothing else. I was going to say squeamish, yeah? I suppose there's more to me than meets the eye. I suppose there is. I understand you're planning to write a case study on the work doing here at the YTDI. Funny. You've always been more interested in theories than application. Then again, you've always been a pioneer as well. I mean, it's a new program based on my research. Why wouldn't I observe it? Oh no, it's fantastic having you of all people here. Going out of your way to help us improve the YTDI, that is a dream come true for us all. In fact, no. I don't want to get too deep into discussion on our first day. Your time is valuable, so how about I give you a tour? Oh, well, I did request... Oh, well. No, trust me. There's a lot here. More than we could cover in a day. But we should be able to go over the basics. Places, permissions, practice standards, that sort of thing. And who better to help you find your footing than an old colleague? Where to first? Awesome. Where are we going? I'm not a professional tour guide, but I'd say the courtyard would be the best place to start. Alright, to the courtyard we go. So, that's why there's so much greenery. Of course. Wanted trainees to be as healthy as possible, to physically and mentally. And while it might be hard to see the benefits on an MRI, being around the trees and plants really does wonders for the brain. For instance, several observations yeah. No, Andy's, I believe you, yeah. Actually, I think I feel it myself. We installed all of these for the trainees' sakes, but if it helps the staff stay sane as well, that's a nice bonus. That reminds me, you should see the classrooms too. So, we take these stairs and go through these doors. Oh, after you, of course. And if we just go down this hallway? We're here. Bit of a walk, isn't it? Must be easy to get lost. I suppose. But you get used to it. Anyways, this is where the trainees get educated. Oh. And what does that involve? Well, we've got all the core essentials. Maths, good old maps, literacy, self-defense, physical education. Pardon? Physical education. No, I mean self-defense? Oh, don't make that face. It's not that serious. Gym mats and padded gloves and whatnot. At their age, the trainees couldn't even hurt each other even if they tried. And do they ever turn out to hurt each other? Of course they do. The game's called ProtoViolence. The world's a dangerous place. Our trainees know that better than most their age. The earlier we teach them how to protect themselves, the better off they'll be. I suppose you're right. So they're just taking people off the streets, throwing them in here. But it's not all school work and drills. Trainees get to do fun stuff too. I mean, we passed an arts and crafts center just a moment ago. You should see some of the stuff they make in there. We might have the next Mark Rothko, okay, or Angie's Martin on our hands. I nod as if I know those. Yeah, I have no idea. Fine art never was a favorite subject of mine. Well, I have to check it out at another time. Yeah, you want to. Maybe I'm going on about this the wrong way. You want to observe a trainee for your case study, correct? Yes, that's right. Why do you ask? Well, we got a class going on right now. Should be literacy. At this time of day. Alright? You're suggesting I choose my case study subject right now? Could give you a much better idea of what we do, seeing how the trainees actually go about the day. Alright, just give it a look. Don't worry, they won't notice us. They're preoccupied with reading. Writing exercises, it looks like. Ain't no one in there. This is a classroom. I've been in a medical libraries with more noise. Well behaved, aren't they? You can't thank the course curriculum designers for that. Our trainees are showing a 34% increase in memory retention compared to the same age controlled group, short and long term. Isn't it? The bell could ring right now and they'd be glued to their work. If this were any other education program, they'd be fiddling with their fine liners, glaring at the clock, doodling in the margins. Like that child over there. There's no child over there. Right, that one. He's a bit of an outlier, statistically. Really. It's not 100% effective. Sometimes you get stragglers. There's no one there. There's no one there. But we don't leave them behind. They all need a little extra motivation. There. The teacher's already taken notice. There's also no one there. He's taking him to the front of the classroom. Is he being yelled at? Yelled at? The teacher might be raising their voice. Hold on. Why are the other children going up with him? They didn't do anything wrong. Well, that's the extra motivation I was talking about. Ah. All new trainees get sorted into squadrons. Like soldiers? Like birds, let's say. They're close-knit. We expect each squadron to fly at roughly the same pace. If one member underperforms, the entire group is made aware of it. I know it all looks a little inflexible, but there's a better off learning these rules early. Okay, well, he smiled at me. Oh. They're supposed to stand perfectly still for a full 5 minutes, so that's... might have to be reinforced. I've made my decision. Oh, good. Switch trainee. I want that boy to be my subject. And why him specifically? I can't give a concrete answer. I suppose I'm just going with my gut. Not very scientific. Then, why don't we call it an intuitive choice based by one of the world's leading cybernetics researchers? Clearly, I need the literacy class. But as I said, that particular trainee is something of a statistical outlier. Then taking a closer look at him should help us correct any insufficiencies in the program, no? I suppose I can't argue with that. There you go. Angela Tam. Okay. Alright, D. These are his quarters. Yeah, they look clinical and bad. You're certain this is the one you want to use for your case study? Again, I've made my decision, Angie. Alright. Just wanted to confirm. Confirm away. Trainee Co. 458. Could you please come here, please? I want to introduce you to someone. She's a visitor. One just for you.
A visitor?
Try to be quick, though. She's a very busy lady with a lot to get done today. Who's that behind him? Oh. Wait a minute. You're the lady I saw in class. Indeed she is. What's S4 174 doing behind you? Shry wanted to come, so I let her. What a good friend you are. But this is a meeting for you. Oh yeah, just for you. CO 458. So S4 174, you're free to. Is it that big of a deal, Angie? I don't think there's any harm in meeting him. Roommate? Right. Then why don't you introduce yourself to the lady?
Well, allow me.
Please try to keep it short. We only have so much time.
Nice to meet ya. I'm Pavel.
What's up, Pavel?
Most of the people here only call me CO458.
A serial number. Standard procedure. That's how we keep data collected unbiased. Plus, the first class had like 3 Emmas and 4 Quins, so. Right. That actually makes sense. What about you, lady? Lady, what's your name? Well, Andy, how should I respond? I've never worked with children before. You can give them your name. Yeah? The trainees like to call me Dr. Angie. Got it. Then you can call me Dr. Deidre, if you want. Deidre. Okay, Dr. Deidre. Nice name. Has anyone ever told you that? Not, recently? Oh. Did you want to introduce yourself too? Cool. Shrya? Alright. What's up, Shry? Okay. Waving at you, yeah? Nope. Too shy. Yep. Shry is my roommate. Normally we stick together. If I'm around, chances are she is too. I see. Too close? Oh, we're besties. We never go anywhere without each other. Well, except for class. I wish we weren't in different squads. Hey, D. Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid we don't have all the time in the world. Unless you want to skip out on the research labs for today. No, I do want to see them. Let me just wrap it up here. It's lovely to meet you, CO 458. Starting next week, I'll be interviewing you. Interviewing? About what? To be honest, I haven't quite decided yet. But I think I'd like to talk about your hobbies, your classmates, your future. Lots of things like that. I can do that. Yeah, but I'm confused. Why me? That's a good question. Because I picked you specifically. Why did you pick me specifically? That's the word, yep. That is literally the word. You stood out in class. I saw you, and I thought you'd be interesting to talk to. Makes sense. My teacher says I'm like a dandelion in a field full of roses. That's one way of putting it. But wait, what about your friend? I promise she won't be alone for long. Once I'm done talking with you, you can go back to what do kids do these days? I haven't been around them so long. Back to playing? Did I guess right? Oh, thank God.
Sound reasonable?
Yeah. It's a deal.
Alright, well we got like 5 voiced lines. Then you have to listen to my voice the whole time. Which I guess are technically voice lines, just not from the game. They're from me. Let's go see this research lab. Let's, I don't know. Let's put mechanical things in people's heads. Mess them up. Sorry if I rushed you a bit back there. I really might have come across as grouchy earlier. It's just, I hate that kid. We've been working a lot of hours lately. It wears on you, you know? Oh, no, Angie, it's fine. It's not like I was much better in the past. Yeah? When you were taking lead on artificial spleen development, it was like you were in a trance. If I gave you a little tap on the shoulder, you'd, snap up like a cobra on his... Yep. Yes, I remember how you put it. Those were long days. But the time we pushed through, I never wanted to see another culture sample as long as I lived. And now you're going to go see some more culture samples. So Angie, what about those research labs? From here, the fastest route would be... Would be what? Okay, we got our first case study report. Initial sensory report. Though it has been advertised as youth education program, it is now my understanding that the purpose of the Youth Training and Development Initiative is to prepare these trainees for cybernetic enhancement and to eventually employment within STOP. While it is known that the biotech synchronization rates are inversely correlated to age, the side effects on individuals below the age of 18 are not fully understood at this time and may be more severe than they would be on an adult mind and body. Furthermore, I have ethical concerns about the purpose of the program and how its participants are selected. As supervisor, it is my intent to observe the YTDI's operation and ensure that the health and well-being of the trainees are properly upheld. As part of my duties, I intend on engaging in a focused case study of trainee CO458 to observe his development under the YTDI's curriculum. For compliance purposes, our one-on-one conversations will be recorded. Daedra Destrange. DDD, get out of here. Alright, a full month later. Alright, use your mouse to explore Daedra's desk. When your cursor changes to magnifying glass, you can interact with something. What will you learn about Dr. Destrange? Intro. Daedra's reports. Once Daedra's case study is finished, she will send these documents to STOP's higher-ups. She hopes the findings will shut the YTDI down. Alright, nice. Okay, this report marks the 1 month point of the trainee CO458's case study. In this time, I observed several facts of the YTDI's operation and now believe that I have a firm grasp of the day-to-day activities of the trainees. The majority of trainees selected for the YTDI come from orphanages. Yeah, obviously, because no one's going to miss them. Upon arrival to the YTDI, trainees are separated into squads, similar to those ones utilized by STOP's field agents. Formal education takes place entirely within these squads and involves tuition in literacy, mathematics, self-defense, etc. Outside these classrooms, trainees have access to several extracurricular activities including craftswork, sports, and video games. While these activities are beneficial for fostering bonds and growth between children, I find it notable that they overlap with activities undertaken by the STOP operatives in the recovery periods after the implementation of new cybernetics. This includes sewing for hand-eye coordination, video games for reaction speed, etc. The standard of care appears to be at least sufficient. CO458 has experienced that it is a significant improvement over his previous lodgings. Still, I have some questions to raise with Dr. Tan later. Alright, nice. What do we got here? Coffee? Ooh, we got this. Anything else? Any secret stuff? Your cell phone underneath the roach man. Nothing can squash this guy. Alright, that's nice. What do you got in here? Okay, we got Daedra's diary. Like many academics, Daedra has thoughts about herself and the world around her. This is... Okay, yes, that's what a diary is. I guess that. June 6th. Part of me just wants my thoughts to blow in the wind, or with the wind. Putting them to paper will have to do for now. Besides, all of that blue light is making my eyes ache. Alright. Nice. The trainees are all orphans. I'm not surprised, but I am surprised that the YTDI isn't much different from standard boarding school, militaristic dressing aside. Compared to how Stop's first few batches of field agents were housed, the accommodations are downright luxurious. Still, that's comparing volunteer soldiers to abandoned children. A strange analogy, to put it mildly. And, for some reason, the trainees' meals consist of lab script and only lab script. Why? It's true that lab script contains all the nutrients they need to grow healthy and strong, but it is intended for typical vivo test subjects. I've seen the size of the budget that Stops works with. They can definitely afford to feed these children real food. They don't care. They don't want to. It's part of the brainwash. At least the education is world class. Clearly, Stop's spending was put to good use there. One time, Angie took me to a literacy lesson. Out of the blue, she asked a trainee to recite the part of King Lear, and a girl belted it out like it was on a switch. I don't know how useful that skill was, but it was definitely impressive. Another time, the two of us watched as a teacher taught a squadron field pharmacy in the courtyard. Okay, field pharmacy, sure. If someone eats this mushroom, how would you counteract this effect with only the items in your bag? How long do they have before their airways close? It was intense, to say the least. At times, the teacher's questions felt more like threats. But the building itself is immaculate, practically sparkling. If my shoes track dirt as I walk in, it's wiped away by the time I walk out. Even Stop headquarters doesn't agonize over cleanliness to this extent. Just wish they showed that much care for the trainees themselves, like that boy, CO 458. For formal reasons, I can't mention it in the recording sessions, but I know his name is Pavel. Was taking his name necessary? Are they that concerned about observer bias? He's an orphan. His name might be the only thing his parents ever gave him. Why scrub it away like something dirty, a stain to be removed? The boy's lonely, too. Yes, he has Shreya, but she isn't part of his squadron. His pre-assigned social group. His squadron mates exclude him from outside of class. They don't let him play with them, so CO 458 is often the arts and crafts center sewing and knitting by himself. It's not much better in class. Kids roll their eyes when he's paired up with them to group class. Sometimes they'll go behind his back and then they ask the teacher if they can swap with or anyone else. Thankfully, the teachers never concede to 458 squad mates, but that hasn't stopped them from asking anyways. I think a lot of this could be solved if the kids weren't pitted against one another. It's true, but they're supposed to be pitted against each other. They're training killers. All the trainees have their hobbies, but CO 458 doesn't have much else. I know he likes superheroes, so I bring him some comics from the YTDI's library. Knowing Stop, I suspect the books there are vetted, but there's still a chance he might find something that'll make him smile. Maybe I could even use it to teach him. It certainly doesn't seem like any of his actual teachers are interested in personalizing the learning experience. No, they're not. It's a depersonalization place. Oh, I also bought a pack of stickers for him. Do children his age think grape stickers are cool? What am I doing? I'm no child psychologist. Couldn't even qualify as a pediatrician. I really jumped into the deep end with this case study, didn't I? If I weren't senior stop staff, I'd probably be sacked by now. Maybe grape is lame. Maybe orange is the way to go. God, I don't know anymore. I guess it's the only way I want to find out. Yeah, well, grape and orange. Do it up. Alright, let's play computer. Let's Google, an old PC maintained with love. This is where Daedra keeps recorded interviews with their case study. Okay. Let's dive on in.
All right, CO458. I've started recording. Before you fall over from all that wiggling.
Yay!
I'm just super excited. I'm glad to hear that. But, you can relax. We're just talking today. Really? Oh. What? Oh, my cheeks are numb from all that grinning. I can imagine. In fact, I think I did the same thing in my school photos. You did? I guess so. I thought I stopped because it made me look like a dork. That's pretty harsh. How'd you... It's still... you still kind of do. Damn. Okay. Yeah, well, don't be a dork, Daedra. Have you ever been called something like that before? A dork? Oh, never. But you are a dork. Well, yeah, I was gonna say you're a dork, 100%. Kid, you're a dork. But the other kids don't know anything, so that's their loss. What don't they know? That when I grow up, I'm gonna be super famous and super pretty, and I'm gonna have 1 billion friends. Dang, 1 billion friends? You don't need 1 billion friends. I don't know about that, but that's good. Good. Good on it, kid. I'll cross my fingers for you. Anyways, we're starting to veer off topic. I only have so much time, so... why don't I ask you some things? What do you want to know? For today, I have 3 questions. Pop quiz, huh? Okay, ready to go. Great. Let me just get my papers out. First question. How did you come to join the YTDI? What do you mean? I mean, before you became a trainee, where'd you live? Well, probably some bad orphanages. I lived in an orphanage. Oh. And what was that like? I don't remember much. It was pretty lonely. Were there weren't many others there? No, there was a whole bunch of us. But we shared rooms and beds and the adults' attention. So you weren't treated as an individual. Yeah, I wasn't. A lot of us ran away. And it was pretty noisy, but I was always bored. When it wasn't mealtime, school, or chore time, I was stuck in the common room with most of the others. And because we had to share so much, we fought all the time. Like, one time, I wanted to play with the Scrabble board. But another girl said I couldn't have it, because all I did was trace the board grids with my finger. So I said to her, "Nuh-uh, that's how you play Scrabble. Scrabble. Scrabble?" And then she said, "You're always doing stuff wrong." And then I made a face at her. And then she pulled my hair. And then, yeah. I'm assuming you both got into trouble. Probably not. It's the orphanage. They don't care. Yeah. I scratched her and she started crying. So I got punished. I found the rulebook later. She was right. I was playing the game wrong. I said sorry, but by the time, but the way I played was fun too. Yeah. Interesting. How are you picked for the YTDI? You seem different from the other trainees, at least compared to the others in your squadron. I don't know. One day these people in white clothes came to the orphanage. They didn't want to play or talk or anything. They just watched us for a week or so. Then this loud person told me and a bunch of the other kids that we had a bright future ahead of us. Oh. And then they brought us here. You must have come from a world away, huh? I don't think so. I fell asleep on the bus because I couldn't sleep at night before. Yep. But when I got here, it wasn't even lunchtime. Oh, I see. Let's move to the next question. You getting along with your squadron? We're all supposed to get along with our squadron. I guess that lines up with what Angie told me, but it's okay. You can be honest with me. Okay. Most of my squadron are born apple polishers. What's an apple? I guess straight A student? Apple polisher? Never heard of that. That's some people polish their apples, I guess. They hate me just because the teachers get mad at me and make us stay to class for an extra 10 minutes. It's not my fault. Class is dull. It's not like my doodles are bothering anyone. Did you know any of your squad mates back in the orphanage? No. For some reason, I was put in a different squad from everyone else I knew. Squad sorting must be done randomly. Trying to avoid pre-established social grouping? Sorry. I had to jot something down. What about your roommate? What do you think of her? Roommate? Oh, you mean Shri? Well, she's really quiet most of the time. But once you get to know her, she's really smart and kind. And most importantly, she's my best friend. You, told me that when you introduced her. Yep. She's also my first friend. She's my only friend. And I guess, yeah, there you go. When class is done, we talked about whatever we want and do things together. Oh, and she teaches me all kinds of stuff. Tutoring? Like a few weeks ago, she taught me how to do my hair. Huh. So that's why you have a hairband there. Mm-hmm. I wear it all the time now. Is there anything else you can do together? Filling in coloring books, playing Mary Mac or Sailor Went to the Sea. Don't know what either of those. And we read. Though Shreya's way better at that than I am. Yep, like way better. I heard the teacher say she was 2 reading levels ahead of the rest of her squad. Huh, that's genuinely impressive. I know, right? She's so cool. Yeah, she's well read. Which brings me to my third and final question. When Shira's not around, what do you like doing in your spare time? Sewing and knitting. When it's break time, I go to the arts and crafts room and make stuff. So far, I've made a placemat and a headband. And a scarf. I can show you them sometime if you want. Maybe another time. Okay, just let me know when you change your mind. Actually, there's one more thing I like doing. But the teachers say it's not proper. Shoot. The word's right on the top of my tongue. I know it begins with an L and... Literature? Yeah, that's the one. I like reading comics. There's a lot less words than Shreya's books, but they're filled with cool pictures. I wish my art was that cool. Oh, you know what they say, right? Practice makes perfect. If you keep going, you'll get where you need to be. One step ahead of you. That's why I doodle in class. So I can get good fast. Is there anything else you enjoy doing? Well, lots of stuff I want to try, but class and homework always in the way. That's right. Hope you can get more free time in the future. Yeah, me too. So, that's all the questions I have. I think I'm comfortable stopping here. You're leaving already? Yes, I'm afraid I'm still playing catch up with work. Playing? No, yeah, I get it. You got homework too, huh? You seem like a very busy lady, Dr. Daedra. More so than usual. But I should have enough time to dig out my Scrattle board. You have a Scrattle board? I do. Right in my basement. Or was it in storage? Either way, I'll find it. We can play whichever you want. Okay. There you go. You shouldn't underestimate me, though. You're talking to a Scrattle champion. Or a ex-champion. It's been a bit since the last played. Whoa. Scrattle champion. Really have to go now, but here. Please take this. Consider it a thank you of sorts. You want grape? What's this? Special kind of sticker. if you scratch it. Yeah. It smells like grapes. Sure does. It's, cool? Yeah.
I'll see you next week. Yes?
Keep bringing in awesome stuff like this, and I'll talk to you every day.
You're bribing the child, Daedra. You're no better. No better than the crazy people that are doing stuff. Is there more? No, I do not want to rewatch the recording. We'll have to do orange next time. No. No. Oh, cell phone. There we go. Cell phone, last thing. Cool. Sometimes Daedra needs Iris to lend her an ear, and Daedra's former supervisor give advice. Okay, sure. What do we got? The craft center was nice. I mean, that's got to be a good sign, right? A good sign and a good thing are different matters. Come on, help me out here. Help isn't what you're texting me for, is it? Besides, I'm a lot more concerned about the militaristic conditions you reported. That can change. Yet every time you critique some part of the YTDI, Dr. Tan seems to resist. Angie's always been pretty rigid. She's not a bad person, just very by the books. Dr. Tan is an associate director. She's been around for so long that she writes the books. No one's forcing her to stay where she is. I could have easily been in her shoes, Iris. Not with her scruples. I never worked directly with Tan, but I know her reputation. She's got a savior complex. That's dangerous. What? She just wants to help people. I'm sure she believes that, but she works in cybernetics. And when you're holding a hammer, everything looks like a nail. It's not... no. I guess so. You haven't seen her with the trainees. Every time we pass by the group of them, she smiles and waves, asks how they're doing. And they give the biggest, sweetest smile back. They don't do that any other of the researchers. Daedra. She's my friend, Iris. You're one of the brightest people I know. Maybe the best of our generation. So why are you looking away from the truth? You've seen the lab script. The classrooms. The panopticon. You don't owe Tan your trust. Or anyone at Stop, for that matter. They're giving their stamp of approval for all of this. And it smells rotten. We can heal that rot. If you say so. I just want to have faith in the colleagues and friends I've worked with for years. We've made the world safest it's been in decades. So I'm positive that things will get better. Angie included. Even a genius can't change the mind of someone who is not listening. That's why this case study needs to go on. I will make them all listen. Yeah. Anything else you want to discuss? You know that trainee I got chose for my case study? CO 458? I brought him a grape-scented sticker the other day. He loved it. Well then. I take back what I said. Sounds like it's all rosy over there. Maybe a hint of sarcasm from the ex-Stop employee. From the bridge, I gaze below the courtyard. As the sun begins to set, it beams softly off the tint of the YTDI's walls and floor pale orange. It's comforting. Even the black of the pillar in the center of the room looks warmer than usual. Warm. I never thought I'd see the YTDI that way. The world's apart from the first impression it was 1 month ago. 30 days of observing classes, conducting interviews, and writing notes, and they felt like seconds. I wonder if it's my age. The older I've grown, the quicker time passes. Summer, fall, winter, spring. all of it passing. Musing over my impending mortality won't get me anywhere. But the YTDI really does look warm right now. If there weren't other people in the building, I'd go down to ground floor and take a nap in the grass. Right now, I'm sure there's some trainees that are doing the same. Nope, they're not. Children shouldn't have cybernetics or lab script diets. The YTDI is an affront to my research. Any sane person would agree with me. It's why I'm doing everything I can to shut it down, behind the backs of the people who run this program. But I can't object to giving children, unwanted children, a home, education, a guaranteed future. They don't have to hunt for scraps or wake up each morning and search for shelters over their heads. As long as they stay... Yeah. Once again, Angie's voice cuts through my short... Did I interrupt something? You're looking pretty contemplative. Contemplative. No, it's nothing. Could have fooled me. Am I that easy to read, Angie? Far from it. I needed a lot of practice. I guess you had plenty of opportunities to do so. So what can I do for you? Oh, it's nothing work-related. Not like I have a trainee info to give you anyways. I just wanted to catch up. I've been here for what, a month now? Would you look at that? 1 month exactly. Lucky guess. It's not a lucky guess. Want to take a stroll? They say walking and talking gets the... Yeah? Talking is the blood flowing? More than standing and staring at nothing. Come on. We got a lot to catch up on, don't we? Do we? Do we though? I guess. Maybe. We begin to rock around the bridge's perimeter. Our pace slows. Aimless. Lazy even. Our conversation is just meandering. See any films lately? Any takeout places you recommend? I know the modern art isn't your thing, but you'd enjoy this new exhibit. And if you don't, you can pick where we have dinner next time. As we chat, the whole body relaxes. It was like this in the beginning. Waiting outside of the stop's headquarters, excited to take Angie out for a pre-weekend burger and milkshake. We were young, and the world didn't make any sense. But our work always did. Hey, D. See? I hear Angie calling my name. And my eye snaps back into focus. Is something wrong? No, nothing. I was just wondering if you're ready to, bring up what was going on earlier. Oh, that. No pressure. If you're not into it, no, I am. It's just, I need a moment. Take all the time you need. I take a deep breath, think about how to approach this. Actually, can I ask you a question as a friend? Why did you end up working for the YTDI? It's a big question. It's one that's been on my mind a lot lately. You saw the classified file, yeah? Pardon me? The one with the summary documents? How do you know about that? A disgruntled employee blew up after a few months back. Swiped a bunch of files taken out of context and tried to shop them out to anyone who would listen. This was around when you were first curious about the YTDI, right? Yeah? People asked me if I knew about it. Of course. At the time, yeah. Had the full picture. It's correct. Didn't have the full picture. I know those animals, yeah? The ones with the ridiculous PR teams. They demonize undergrads for dissecting rats. Blast the web with oversaturated, gory photos, sensationalized blog posts, and social media campaigns. The works. Cherry pick their information to make normal science look vile, and make themselves look heroic. Those lab researchers care for those animals like they were their own pets. No, they don't. There's piles of paperwork, elaborate onboarding procedures, frequent inspections on their welfare. Even on the practical level, they discourage their suffering. There aren't any rats in this facility, Angie. Yeah, that's right. You're not treating these kids like your own kids because you would never put your kids in this kind of a place. That's ridiculous. Just wanted to make an analogy. You know? People exaggerating things and all that. Okay? No, I'm glad you pointed it out. I don't want to take anything I said the wrong way. You were going to tell me about why you joined the YTDI. Right. You went off topic. Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? That happens sometimes. Everyone has the right to a bright future. Okay? Most of these trainees don't come from pleasant backgrounds. All of them are orphans. Many of them lived in places that couldn't even feed them once a day. So Stop hadn't intervened, their futures wouldn't have been. Okay? Well, that's why I think the YCDI has potential, you know? It provides trainees with housing, a community, a secure life. And by giving them a secure life, the YTDI prevents future crimes. So in the long term, the YTDI contributes to Stop's raison d'être. Exactly. And in short term, changing these trainees' lives for the better. Still, seeing children receive cybernetic enhancements, that's just doesn't sit right with me. I understand. You don't want to be remembered as the mother of cyborg children, do you? I don't have anything to say to that. She's spot on. It's true. Who would want to be? We don't do anything here for fickle reasons. Subjects are only ever cybernetically enhanced if we feel that their quality of life could be improved. So that file, all those photos, every one of those children were physically disabled. I saw the blonde girl. Trainee 02145. I remember. Anophthalmia. Poor vision caused her to struggle in class, so we gave her a new eye. Now, her essays are par with some of the top students for Squadron. I see. Some of these trainees came here with congenital defects. Others with injuries from horrible accidents. We've only ever used cybernetics to level the playing field between them and their able squad mates. My shoulders feel lighter, my brow unfurls. I'm relieved to hear that. And I'm relieved to know that my legacy hasn't completely been tarnished. But it has. She's lying to you. I want you to know, if you have any concerns, you can always come talk to me. Or just Van, if it's after hours. Almost feels like old times. Yeah, we're practically kids again. No. Nope. Arts and crafts room. Isn't it for trainees? So? Most of them are in their rooms right now. Even if that's true. Yeah, well. I'm not expecting the next cloud gate or anything. Just to decompress. I'll come. Alright. When I return, I gotta pick the restaurant for dinner. Oh, so we're eating out again? Just like old times. Well, I don't trust this Tam lady, personally. I think we're getting played. Getting played, and they're playing it good. Believe we're getting played, and I think we'll pick this up in a second episode where we can get played more. If you liked it, smash a like, smash a subscribe, smash the buttons on the YouTube channel, and I will catch you in the next one where we can maybe play some more ProtoViolence. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. If you like this story, if you want to keep on going, we'll keep on going. If not, that's the way it goes. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.